With us now is Deputy Chief Milagros Soto, and I am so honored to have her here. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm well, thank you.
So you are decorated. Like, you have been named to a position that only 3 other females have held, and you are the first person of color to have this position. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
We are celebrating Heritage Month for Latinos when we're taping this. But I said I wanted to just celebrate you all year round, all the time. You didn't originally intend to study to become a police officer. Can you tell us about your journey from when you started as a young child in Manhattan?
Yes. I grew up in the Lower East Side of Manhattan in a large Puerto Rican household where I was blessed to be surrounded by a large family, a lot of laughter, good food, and also 2 languages.
Okay.
So my mother only spoke Spanish, but my 10 older siblings spoke both Spanish and English. And so from day one, I was immersed in 2 languages. I feel that I have benefited from being bilingual, both in a personal and a professional level.
Yeah, it's funny too, because I learned Spanish in college, and even when I went to Italy, I could understand some things, right? Like el autobus, and now my son is 16, Matthew, and he's speaking Spanish. And so sometimes he'll just get in the car and he'll start speaking. And I was like, to me, it sounds beautiful. Like, I just love the way that it sounds. You had a tragic moment, though, in your family's life, and I'm so sorry to hear about your brother. Can you talk to us about him?
Sure. So my brother Pedro, when I was 9 years old, graduated from New York City Police Academy. He was one of the very few Hispanic officers in the area, and he was admired and respected by many in that community. When I was 10 years old, I lost my brother in a fatal car accident. But he inspired me to pursue a career in law enforcement. It has been a driving force in my life and my purpose.
One of the things I feel that people misunderstand about police officers is that you're just everyday people trying to do everyday things to make life better. And I think sometimes there's like a disconnect where there's like a fear, or they feel like maybe you're not part of the community. But I know you take that to heart, and you are right there, trying to help like young gang members kind of leave gangs. Like, can you tell us what your passion is towards that? Like, why it's so important to you to help?
Like I said, it's been a driving force.
Okay.
The main reason I went into law enforcement was to effect change and be a positive influence in the community. For example, in 2016, there was an increase in MS-13 gang violence, particularly in the areas of Brentwood and Central Islip. And shortly after the homicides of 2 teenage girls, Nisa Mickens and Kayla Cuevas, at the hands of MS-13 gang members, I was promoted to deputy inspector and assigned to the 3rd precinct as the second in command that covers those communities of Brentwood and Central Islip. And in my first week at the precinct, I was visited by Evelyn Rodriguez, who was the mother of one of the victims. And she graciously welcomed me to the area. And she also assured me that I would be well received by the large Hispanic communities. And during my time there, I met with a lot of community groups and attended Spanish church services. And really it was to ease their fears, and also to ask for their assistance for the intelligence that we needed to help keep them safe and combat the gang violence.
It was scary reading in the headlines. And there's problems all across the United States and all across the world, but in particular, when you see, that increased activity, it's dangerous. People, didn't want to go out to the parks. People were living, very, I guess, in a state of fear, because they just didn't know, right? And we've gone through a lot of different things in Long Island, whether it's the Gilgo beach murders or all kinds of stuff. Violence happens everywhere, right? And I guess it's important that you can be a champion, as well as like an everyday neighborhood watch. We all can be champions to promote safety, right? And to have a more peaceful existence. What's one day of joy that you've had being a police officer?
I think going way back even to when I was a police officer patrolling in the 1990s, I was often called upon to provide interpretation services. And it was always that look of relief that I saw on the Spanish speaker when I would arrive on scene to help them because I was able to communicate with them and tend to their needs.
So being bilingual your whole life has been in service to others as well.
Yes.
I find you a person of wonderful integrity, very honorable, and very grateful for what you're doing here in Long Island. And you really do set an example for people like nationwide. Would you be willing to take a call? Maybe there's another person in another state that could maybe use your assistance. Is that something that you would help them do or inspire other people to go into the line of work that you're in?
Absolutely. That's what I hope to do, and that's why I'm here today. I hope to inspire others to be a voice for those that might not have a voice, or to help make change and improve their communities. That's really what being a police officer is all about, is really serving and helping improve the lives of those in the community.
And because I know I have a lot of Spanish viewers, could you also say that to me in Spanish, if you wouldn't mind?
Sí, yo espero de inspirar a otros que piensen en un futuro de servicio en un departamento de policía. Es un honor y ha sido un placer para mí y mi familia. Siempre he sido de ser servicial a otros. So deben de coger este momento y considerar un futuro en un departamento de policía.
Gracias.
De nada.
Muy bien. Yay. Thank you so very much. It has been my honor to do this segment, and if you want to reach out to us to find out more information, please do.